You probably don't need to build a new PC, and you probably don't even need to upgrade, and you can probably save that money. And I'm saying that as someone who builds PCs for a living, wants you to upgrade, and wants to sell you your new components. But it's actually the truth. Allow me to explain. So the idea for this video actually came to me when I was at Luca Comics, a little convention here in Italy where there are animes, video games, and I was playing at a sim racing event against one of my friends. And I looked down and I see that the PC running the sim racing was something outrageously bad. I'm talking worse than this thing you see right here. So the gameplay though was really smooth, high refresh rate. It was probably 144 Hertz, the monitor. It was ultra wide. The graphics was bad, but it was very realistic because the actual sim was great. We had a good seating, good pedals, good wheel. At first I thought, man, they really need to hire me to build better PCs for them. But then I figured I had fun, I played with my friend, and the experience was great. If the PC was making triple the FPS, then yeah, maybe it would have been a bit better, but also maybe not. And we would have wasted the still running PC that was there. So I figured I'd make this video hoping that before you upgrade, you actually watch this. And so you realize if you really need to upgrade. If you want to upgrade, that's fine. Because, for example, I upgrade very often because I want to, because it's my hobby, because I love PC gaming, I love hardware, I love working with hardware. And if that's the case, I think it's definitely a valid reason. But if you're strapped for money, you don't really feel like upgrading, here are a few things I would do before upgrading, and I would consider before upgrading. And yes, I'm saying that sitting next to probably a $4,000 gaming PC. First of all, modern PCs are much more powerful than you think. So even if you built a PC in 2021 with maybe a 2000 series RTX 2070, for example, that PC is still very powerful. And the gap with modern hardware may be less than you think. So, for example, let's say you're running a 2070. If you were to upgrade to a 5060, you would actually be downgrading your FPS in some games. Because yes, it's optimized better, it has new tech, but it's not the best CPU, the 5060 itself. Now, let's not make this about bad new GPUs, but the point is your older hardware is probably a lot more capable than you think. If it's not running like you'd like it to, and it's maybe giving you headaches, it's crashing, it's stuttering, you probably just need to spend more time fixing your PC and doing some of the following things. The first thing I would do, which is very underrated, is just cleaning your PC. By getting all the dust off and putting some new thermal paste on the CPU itself, you can very often change completely the way your PC behaves. It's going to run cooler, quieter, and it's also going to be a lot snappier. What's also going to make it a lot snappier is if you go ahead and actually do a fresh Windows install. So every now and then, even if you keep your Windows perfectly, it's recommended you do a fresh install, okay? It's annoying, you will have to do backups of your data, reinstall some stuff, but your PC is going to run better. Higher FPS I'm talking, but also just snappier desktop experience, because over time the updates pile up and it's just normal, okay? Now, if you do want to be a bit extra, what you can also do is do a GPU repaste and replace your thermal pads. This is very important if you've had your GPU for say 2 to 3 years. Fresh thermal paste and also fresh thermal pads are going to get you a massive upgrade. Now, for thermal pads, by the way, I recommend you use the spreadable ones. I don't really use thermal pads anymore for my GPUs. I have a full video about it. I will try to link it. But basically you can spread these pads. So if you maybe were a bit scared by saying what's the measure of the thermal pads, nowadays you can just spread them and you don't have to think about it. I think also Thermal Grizzly is releasing some of those. I will put a link to those also in the description. And then if you've done all of this, before upgrading, one last thing I would do is I would go ahead and actually spend some time tuning your PC if you haven't already. There's a lot you can do, a lot. It's what my channel is all about. You can overclock your PC and get more FPS, but if you don't have enough thermal headroom or if you have certain hardware, it's actually better to undervolt it. Basically 90% of modern hardware is better to undervolt it. So you can undervolt your CPU, undervolt your GPU, and overclock your RAM, or even just tightening the timings on your RAM. And I have playlists detailing how to do all of this. And if you do all that, you can get about 30% more performance for free out of your computer. Actually, even more if you do all of this, and if you're a bit lucky, you can go maybe even 50% in terms of performance gain, which means going from 144, for example, 140 FPS to over 200. So it's pretty big upgrade. What you can also do if you're playing from controller, you can overclock your controller. You could also overclock your monitor, but I don't recommend you guys do that anymore. It's an old video of mine. But what you could also do is do a timer resolution on your system. That's something else I covered recently. It's basically a little Windows tweak which is gonna get you more FPS. I will link that also here. And then I wanna say, if you've done all of this, if you have fresh Windows installed, clean PC with fresh paste, fresh pads, and it's tuned, overclocked and undervolted, and you still don't like the gaming experience, then yes, it's worth the upgrade. Go ahead and upgrade. Usually people start thinking about upgrading when they change monitor, which is the right way to go about it. So they buy a new monitor and their PC can't really handle it anymore. But I say before upgrading, try to do the things I told you to get free performance back from your hardware and see if it now works well with your monitor. If it still doesn't, then yeah, go ahead and upgrade. This is a bit different than usual video, but I figured I really dislike to waste hardware and I think older hardware still has a place. So I think it was worth doing. What I really care about though is your guys' opinion. So please tell me down below if you have any more tips of your own about upgrading. And if you decided not to upgrade or to upgrade in the end, tell me your story. I'd be very curious to read it. And maybe drop a like and subscribe so I can keep doing these videos, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.